Well, I just thought I'd do a little bit of an update on my plans for going on this trip down through France, which most of you now know about. But there are a few items that I thought might be of interest prior to me going, and that is coming up next. Okay, so what I'm going to show you in the next few seconds or minutes is, first of all, the route planning system that I use, which is solely for Indian riders. I'm just going to make this one clear right now. It's called Indian Ride Command, and it gives you the ability to sort out a route on your computer, or you do it on your phone if you want to. Plan your route with all your various stops. It'll show you things like Indian dealers, it'll show you petrol stations, supermarkets, it'll show you what you want. And obviously it'll give you sort of real-time duration of the trip, mileage in kilometres or miles, depending on what you want to set it for. And it also gives you the ability, if you then want to change the route slightly, you can do that as well by just dragging a route slightly across. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that in a minute, and then we'll talk about some of the little bit of strange things that you may not know about France, which is one of the countries that I'm going to be visiting. But we'll have a look at this route planning first. So here we go. We're looking now at what I say is called Indian Ride Command, and this gives you the ability to set up a route to wherever you may want to go from and go to. In this instance, just a quick little test to show you, starting at Coverack, which is where I actually happen to be. And the planned ride today is to go from Coverack up to Thor Motorcycles up near Bodmin. And so straight away what I do is I'll locate Coverack, just click on that and add that. That's the start of the route basically. And you'll see that I've already got Indian Thor Motorcycles already on there, because this mapping system does give me the ability to put a request in and highlight all the Indian dealerships. So once I've done that, then I just simply click on that as well. And straight away, as you'll see, the route has actually popped up. And that's given me the most direct route, which in this instance takes me up the A30. And the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you'll see me actually writing now the actual name of the trip. This is so that when I save it, I know exactly what I've done and I know how to come back to it. And the ability of being able to do this is something that you can do on the computer. You can do it on your phone; it's a bit more difficult, but you can do it on the computer. And then, if you want to, then you can upload this via your phone to your Indian motorcycle. So when you've actually saved all this and you've got it all ready to go and logged into your system, and then at any time you want to, you can actually pull up the map and the route that you want to go on, and as I say, either follow it, or in this instance, and what I'm going to do in a little minute here, is actually have a view of the route. And there's a great system on here that allows you to actually, once it's been saved, I mean, you can make alterations, you can edit this anytime you want to, put extra roads in. But once you've actually saved it, it gives you this sort of flyover map video showing you the actual route, which is really not nice, because if you're going into a country you're not familiar with, then it actually gives you the idea of what the terrain is like, sort of size of towns you're going through. And it just generally lets you do a sort of almost like a drone shot of where your bike is going to be heading. So I find that extremely useful. And it's something, as I say, on the Ride Command, which to me is great. Obviously, there are other systems for other types of bikes, but this is predominantly, well, definitely for Indian motorcycles. So, just thought I'd give you a brief little look at that, and then you can see exactly how it is that I plan my routes. I do use other systems as well, like Waze, but this is the route system I tend to stick with. Okay, so right, just a couple of other things on this fairly brief video today, actually, really. A couple of other things to do with, routes and routes through, particularly France at this stage. We'll talk a bit more about Spain later on. Is some of the signs to watch out for if you're not familiar with French road signs. And what I'm going to do in the next few seconds is put those signs up and give you a little brief introduction and let you know basically what they mean. There is one in particular, crossroad sign, which not many people know about, and it's one to watch out for. It can be quite dangerous, and you would be liable in the event of an accident for disobeying this rule, which, as I say, is a bit vague. So perhaps we'll look at that one first. So, first sign looks a bit like just an ordinary crossroads, which it is, but just to be warned that actually this sign means that, in fact, you have to give way to the right at this particular crossroad. So it's not just indicating a crossroad, it's telling you that the traffic coming in from the right has priority. Right, well, this is an ordinary sign you'll see entering any village in France. A couple of things that you need to know here. Obviously, the C2 is the road number that you're actually on, but the red line around the actual sign indicates that you're actually entering a 50k speed limit, unless it's stated a different speed. But that's what that means, be warned. Right, priority on the road you're on is a symbol on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side means that you don't have priority and traffic can enter onto your road from the right, even if it's a major road that you appear to be on. So be careful of that one. So just one more thing I'm going to just mention, and as I say, this really short video today about travelling abroad, particularly as this video is all about France really, is the clean air zones that now are popping up all over Europe. You know about them in the UK, very common in big cities like London and Manchester. Well, they've got a similar sort of thing operating in France, other countries as well, but particularly France has got them now in some of the towns and cities you want to go into. Some cities, obviously, you would think it would be the case, would be something like Paris, but places like Grenoble also have got it. So check on the website about that. I'm going to put a couple of things up here for you to have a look at, i.e. classification. If it's a motorcycle, you're in a 1, so it shouldn't be an issue. But you do need a little sticker to put on your bike. And these stickers last the lifetime of your bike, so it's not something you've got to do manually. And if bought through the right authority, i.e. the French Automobile Association type thing, which again I'll put some details up on, you can buy them extremely cheaply. I mean, they cost less than €5. So be careful with that one, because you can, if you go online to purchase one, there are lots of companies that are selling these. They are legit, but they cost a lot more than just a few euros. So, bear that in mind. Really worth having, whether you're considering on your route planning to go into a French city where this may apply. Some cities, by the way, have like a turn on, turn off system for the emissions. So if there's a particular day where it's bad, the emissions appear to be bad above a certain level, they can introduce the restrictions on that day, but possibly not the following day. So you need to be aware of that. Even the French don't know when that's going to happen. So my advice would be, if you're thinking of driving through France, for the cost of a few euros, it's definitely worth getting one of these stickers, putting it on your bike. Because if you don't have one and you do go into an area that is controlled, you will get an on-the-spot fine. I think it's about €168 currently, so worth it for the price of the sticker. Put some details and pictures on here now of that actual sticker that you need and where to get it from. So the one we're looking for as bikers is the purple one, which is a number 1, which is the emissions for motorcycles. You'll see it at the bottom of this little thing here now saying what it is. So that's the one you're looking for, the purple one. Yeah, so use the official French website. It'll end in .gov, and it'll cost you €4.61 currently. No more than that. Don't pay a penny more than that. €4.61 for vehicles registered outside of France. So that's it really for today's video. Just a few little pointers. There'll be more as I go along when we talk about more paperwork you need to take with you and stuff like that. I can go into detail. If anybody wants to know anything more about it, drop me a quick note, put it in the comments, and I can come back to you and let you know what I found out. There are certain things that you're supposed to carry, some things you're not need to carry, some elements of French rules and laws that even the French don't seem to bother with, but that's stuff we can look into. So hope you enjoyed today's video. It's just a brief look at a little bit of route planning, a few signs to watch out for, and your emissions, which is definitely worth getting, as I say. Go through the French website for that one. Make sure it ends in a .gov, and then you'll know you're on the right site. But don't go paying a lot of money for it. Okay, catch you next time.